Welcome back to Digital Flow Battles. My name is... Where's Tucker?
Alright guys, welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of Digital Flow Battles. We are going to go over the results of our last 4 battles, which was Part 2 of Round 1. You're right, Tucker. Let's get into those matchups. First up, we got Denali versus Lucas, and let's check out Denali's first.
Oh, he used this place last season.
Yeah, for sure. I like how he definitely changed up the line, though, a lot, for sure.
Yeah. Gave the place like a new look, almost. Really like it.
Oh
my gosh!
Oh, that last move. I don't even know what that is, but even though I've seen it before, it still makes me jump. Whew.
Alright, now we're going to watch Lucas. Lucas also has one of these styles that's like off-axis and a little bit more creative with the way that he uses his tricks.
And what would you call that last move?
You're right. He does use a lot of like interesting vaults and skills to get around to each area, and also uses them to set himself up. I like the way he uses his flow.
Both of these athletes used some crazy and weird angles and shapes within their tricks, and it's honestly so cool to watch. Now, let's get into the voting. You guys chose Denali to win this one, so let's see what Joey and Christian have to say about that.
So the first one is Denali versus Lucas, and I think they both had really good flow, execution, and creativity, but my vote will go to Denali for having higher difficulty.
Alright, so for battle number 1, also, I hope you guys don't mind, I'm robed out, it's kind of cold in here, don't even worry about it, it's comfy. For battle number 1, we got Lucas versus Denali. I gotta go with Denali, he had insane difficulty, the flow was amazing, and I want to give a special shout out to the rise transition off the ledge. That was actually so sick, and I want to try it. Lucas had a really good run, very well thought out. The difficulty just wasn't quite there, and there wasn't a lot of confidence from one move to the next. It was a little bit slow on the transitions. Overall, great run, but this one's going to Denali.
Alright guys, there you have it. Really good job, Lucas, but we have Denali going on to round 2. And now, introducing Fausto versus Diego. Alright, and first up we got Fausto.
Nice and clean skills.
Ooh, I love that move too, that 360 back handspring.
Like that he chose to fill space with stuff rather than just moving from one place to the other with like no creativity. He just used something.
And he's got dubs on lock. Those screw dubs are clean.
When he twists as well, dude, it looks so powerful. Like the entire time he's just pushing. That's
He
really cool to
springs.
watch.
Alright, let's take a look at Diego's now.
Fat double comp.
Nice. Ooh, I love the use of parkour too. And ooh!
That's a clean connection. I thought he was gonna hit the tree.
Oh, narrowly avoided. Ooh, I love how there's no hesitation to that double cork too. Like that. That is super important for keeping the flow in a line, and he transitioned that lovely.
Especially within a parkour line when there's a lot of points where you are almost forced to stop, but continue at it, that's really, really cool.
Ah! Yeah, I guess so. Maybe, yeah.
Not really.
Oh. After the votes were counted, you guys chose Diego to win this one. So, let's take it to our judges and see what their decisions are.
So the second one, we have Fausto versus Diego, and this one was really hard to judge because of the very different movement styles these guys have. But I will give my vote to Diego for having better flow. The line was just connected really, really nicely. And I think they had pretty much the same difficulty. So yeah, my vote goes to Diego.
The next 2 battles were so close and definitely the hardest to decide on. It took me, honestly, like a day or 2 of just watching them back to back to decide. The first one up is Diego versus Fausto. This was a very, very close battle. I almost didn't want to give it to Diego just because he made me wait 23 seconds before I could see the line. Just cut the nothing out, please. Just give me the line. Anyways, I am going to give the edge to Diego on this one because he added some big jumps and some very well-placed flips and acro in there, and I just like the speed and intensity of the line a lot. Fausto had some very hard things, the low scoot dub and the beginning combo, but the problem was the slow transitions over the benches just took away so much from the line. It was a good start and a good end, but the middle just wasn't there for me.
And with all the decisions in, Fausto, fantastic lineman, but Diego, you are the one moving on to round 2.
Now we got Elvin and Sasha's battle coming up, and we're going to watch Elvin first.
Ooh, nice inward side right there. I love the
Nice
use of
tight
the
area.
the tight area right there.
Straight into the
Ooh,
ages.
and
Well connected out into the cart dub.
yes, there was definitely not very many breaks at all in his line. Like the flow, definitely he was using it to just like transition into other moves so nicely.
And perfectly set up for every move next, just right there.
Mhm.
Really shows like thought towards each move.
Alright, and next up we got Sasha. Ooh, nice alien.
Pop full straight into the court. Nice connection.
Connections, yes.
Moving through this area, filling the space. I really like when athletes do that when they fill spaces.
Ooh, very, very clean, very well landed.
That was super good, and I usually don't really like butt rolls a whole lot, but the way that he actually pushed himself through towards the wall and angled himself to the wall a little bit more with his butt roll, I was super impressed with that.
Whoa. Did you understand any of that?
Not a word. You can have dinner later, okay? Maybe that's what he's asking for.
Oh, yeah,
Oh!
I definitely agree with that.
dude.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I totally get what you're
super.
saying.
The way the thing is done is what matters, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
good job. I like that.
Both Elvin and Sasha's lines were so clean and their connections were so well done. You guys as the voters chose Elvin to win this one, so let's go to our judges.
So this is another hard one to judge. Elvin versus Sasha. I can say both of the guys did an amazing runs, that's for sure. But my vote will go to Elvin for having a higher difficulty, slightly better flow, and that aerial twist pre was just pure sketch. So yeah.
Next up, we have Elvin versus Sasha. This one was so close. Very different styles. Sasha was a lot more fluid throughout the whole thing. Elvin had some big bangers and a lot of difficulty on that top ledge. And I gotta give it to Elvin on this one. Again, it was so close. The reason I'm giving it to Elvin instead of Sasha is because Elvin had very clean transitions and very little hesitation. Sasha did as well, but the difference is Elvin was up on that ledge, doing the A-twist transition down into the round-off dub. It's very scary not to hesitate on. Whereas Sasha, yes, he had very good transitions. It was very smooth and fluid, but none of the transitions really stuck out. None of the moves really stuck out. And the last butt roll into the palm flip just was a little bit slow and didn't have that same oomph to it. So, again, going with Elvin, even though it was crazy close. If Sasha just sped it up or added one big banger in there, would have gone his way.
Alright guys, a great job done by both Sasha and Elvin, but Elvin is taking the cake on this one. And last but not least, we have Jake versus Josh. Let's get into Jake's line first. I don't know how many backyard setups he has, but it seems like a good number.
Never seen this one before, actually.
Ooh.
Such good clean connections.
Ooh, I love that move right there, that gainer.
He's very good about those swing gainers. Really precise and everything. And it's with the what?
Jake,
What was that?
if you're watching this, if you could please let me know what that move is. I would like to know.
Tucker wants to know too.
And next up, let's see what Josh's line was.
Josh is another one of those that has like a really nice backyard setup as well, and I think he only has this one setup.
All the backyard setups
Start
going on.
Ooh, side full with a nice landing.
Could have maybe connected to the next move a little cleaner, but still some high level good moves here.
Yeah, nice and clean skills too. I really enjoy the cleanliness of them.
Ooh.
Over. That was a scary backhand stream.
Setting up for something.
Kid. Oh!
Super low cast. On that sketchy bar too, like, I don't know. For me, I'm like sketched out more by castaways with bars, so that's like more impressive to me than if that was just a ledge.
Well, also the way that he came out of that kip and his hips were so far away from the bar, it seemed almost more like a pop cast than a castaway. Very interesting technique. Very interesting technique.
So we got 2 backyard setup lines coming at you. You guys as the voters chose Jake for this one. So let's get to our judges.
So the last one we have here is Jake versus Josh, and I have to say it, but Jake just smashed this matchup. He had really good flow, really good execution, good creativity, and high difficulty. It was just a really nicely built run. So my vote goes to Jake.
Finally, we have Jake versus Josh, and this one, hands down, I gotta give it to Jake. That line was perfection. Very difficult run, hard moves, hard transitions between moves, hard combinations added all in, and then the cherry on top was what I'm gonna call the Arabian Vortex front, because that thing, maybe it was back 540, it looked more like an Arabian Vortex. It was so sick. I loved that ending, and every transition was beautiful. Josh had a great run as well, came out strong with the side full banger. The problem was there wasn't the confidence between each move. There was a little bit of hesitation on each one of his landings and a little bit of hesitation on some of the moves. If you clean up that hesitation and maybe just go faster, that would have been a great run, but this one's got to go to Josh. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, Jake, you know what I mean. You got it.
All right, and there it is. Josh, fantastic job, dude. But the battle of the backyard setups this time goes to Jake.
Woo! Good job, Jake.
Round 2.
And there you have it, guys. Results for part 2 of round 1. Thank you so much for all the athletes that did not make it to round 2. We really appreciate you being here, being part of our competition and throwing down, and we really hope that you guys choose to submit next season as well.
And now that round 1 is over, it's time to transition into round 2 with our top 8 athletes. For this round, we got 4 more battles coming at you again. So those battles are going to be Hannes Larson versus Luke Meisel, Cohen Heinen versus Mimis Theodoridis, Denali Siruno versus Diego Rodrigo, and Elvin Tafili versus Jake Randazzo.
Those battles are spicy!
Definitely so excited to see what all those athletes can bring to the table this next week. Those battles will be going up on this coming Monday. We'll post the YouTube video at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And within 30 minutes of that dropping is when the voting is open on Instagram. So make sure you guys are all ready for that so you can make sure to choose your favorites. And is he sleeping? This is my chance.